Yo, Sharp Master Lee.
And Lulu.
All right, another Sabaton history lesson.
Yay!
The best kind of lessons there are. So this one, Lady of the Dark, based off a true story, of course.
Of course.
And this one, you're going to love, baby. War heroine, woman. She was the most decorated female soldier of all time. Apparently, she's from Serbia, and she took her brother's place in going to war. Yeah, so at first she dressed up.
Story.
Actually, you know what it is? Yeah. Hey, you know what? Mulan had the same thing. Actually, is Mulan a real story? Or is that a...
I'm not sure if it's real.
I feel like I should know this.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to Google this right now.
It's a folk story.
So it's a folk story, and there's debate whether this was based on a real historical figure. So, you know what? I'm not going to take anything away from Lady of the Dark then, all right? Milunka Savic. She took her brother's place in war, and apparently she was known as a badass with grenades.
My
Explosive
gosh.
expert.
Wow. You know how heavy that is?
Like what do you think of a grenade? No, baby, they're not like Bomberman bombs, like cannonballs. Are you seriously thinking cannonballs?
Okay, sorry. Obviously, I don't play those. Sorry.
She's running around the warfield like holding a Bomberman bomb. The fuse is going down. Ah!
Oh, God.
All right, let's check this out. This is the animated version. This is an animated story. So it feels like a cartoon, bloody cartoon probably.
Okay.
By the way, you want to see me gamble away my fortunes? Gotta check out my Vegas channel.
And if you want some hotness, check out my fantasy show.
It's 1964 in Belgrade, Yugoslavia. It's been 50 years since the start of World War I. Events are happening across the country, but here in Belgrade, at the Monument of Gratitude to France, a ceremony is taking place alongside French, British, and American dignitaries, many of whom have given service in a war that ended not 5 years earlier. The veterans, officers, and dignitaries are seated ready for the ceremony to begin. An old lady, dressed in a long black coat, shuffles towards the front and takes her place in the front row. The men stop talking about their exploits in the war, as curiosity gets the better of them. Who is this old lady dressed in black, sat in the middle of all these great men and heroes?
She lived then.
Underneath her hat, the woman's eyes are like steel, but she allows herself a smile as the men's conversation turns to her. Eventually, with curiosity getting the better of him, an American officer leans in towards her and says, "Excuse me, ma'am, but who are you, and why are you here?"
Why can't she
The
be
old
there?
woman says nothing. She simply stands up and removes her coat. The dignitary's mouth.
I was just going to say, like, how come
This old
she's not
lady
wearing...
has a chest full of medals like nothing they've ever seen before. Medals for bravery. The officer stammers. Excuse me, ma'am. I meant no offense. You have obviously shown your bravery on the battlefield. Can you tell me your story? The old lady smiles, and her eyes appear younger as she says, "Well, gentlemen,
Gather round. Let me tell you of the times when women like me were not allowed to fight for our country and our freedom. But I did, anyway."
In November 1914, Austro-Hungarian troops invaded Serbia. They have reached the Kolubara River. The elite Serbian Iron Regiment are one of many valiantly defending their homeland from the foreign invaders. The Iron Regiment's assault bomber squad of shock attack troops has a commander that's tough, battle-hardened, and a fierce fighter.
Her
Milunka
and the
Savic,
grenades.
a woman in a man's uniform, has proven again and again her bravery and determination. Her expertise with grenades makes her a match for any man, and she is both feared and respected. The Serbs are outnumbered and overwhelmed, and despite the pleas from her comrades, she decides to cross no man's land. Armed with a rifle and 3 bandoliers of grenades, she's determined to take the fight to the enemy.
Boom. She's crazy. She is crazy.
After the battle, the new commander of the Iron Regiment asked in front of the regiment, which soldier or non-commissioned officer deserves the highest military decoration of Serbia, the Order of the Star of Karađorđe, for their part in the Battle of Kolubara? A cry went up among the men.
Milunka.
Milunka Savić. Milunka Savić. Milunka Savić. Milunka, the Lady of the Dark. Milunka was informed in hospital of the award. She quickly returned to the front lines. This was just the start of her career. Milunka Savić became the most decorated woman soldier in history, with medals from several nations for her bravery.
Wow.
Milunka Savić, Lady of the Dark, bomber of Kolubara, and the most decorated woman in history, finished her days living a quiet life in Serbia and passed away in 1973.
Wow.
What a story.
Wow.
Bad
She was
ass.
badass. She was the real Wonder Woman.
Seriously, man. I'm like that. I think that scene must have been taken and inspired to make the Wonder Woman movie, right? It's like step aside and run into dead man's zone, dead man's land, and except that she doesn't have a way to deflect bullets. Like that was crazy.
For me, I call that luck.
It's luck that she didn't just survive. She survived like to old age. She
My
went on, got
God.
deployed again and again. That wasn't like one medal.
Right. I mean, baby.
God was on her side.
Bullets everywhere. Oh my God. I'm gonna die the moment I. Wow. Wow.
She probably, if you think about it,
her.
if she didn't go to war, she probably could have been a pitcher for like a World Series team in baseball. Because I'm like, why would you be good at grenades except you got this amazing ability to just throw right where you want to and throw it far.
Right?
Right? Yeah. And under pressure too.
Ooh. My gosh.
I wonder if that story that they used to wrap around the song was a true story. That she sat there among all the men in the military, and they're like, "Who is that?"
Right.
She's like, "Yo, bitch, just Wonder Woman."
See this? I'm not like you guys. You need to flaunt it outside.
Unbelievable.
Wow. She was the Wonder Woman. Wow, Sabaton, that was beautiful.
Awesome
Another
song,
wonderful piece. You guys are
Got you right
insane.
there. Got you right there.